listen.
The mysterious and captivating WOW signal. In 1977, astronomers at the Big Ear Radio Telescope in Ohio picked up a radio signal which was compared to an energy burst from deep space that lasted for about 72 seconds. This signal was so unusual and compelling that the astronomer who discovered it circled the signal on the computer printout and wrote WOW next to it. And despite decades of investigation, scientists were not able to determine the origin, thus explanation of this signal, leaving many to wonder if it was a message from extraterrestrial intelligence or something else that we're yet to understand. A number of hypotheses have been advanced as to the source and nature of the WOW signal, but none have achieved widespread acceptance, even though we managed to locate approximate origin, which is global cluster of the constellation of Sagittarius. In 2012, on the 35th anniversary of the WOW signal, Arequipa Observatory beamed a digital stream towards the predicted location of the WOW signal origin, with the hope that we may receive something back to us once more. When Guillermo Marconi made the first long-distance radio broadcast in 1895, his assistant tuned into from a less than kilometer away. Marconi went on to develop the world's first commercial radio system, and by the time of his death in 1937, radio signals were routinely used to communicate across the world. These broadcasts have also traveled into space, signaling to all who care to tune in that humanity has emerged as a technologically advanced species. The first signals have now been traveling for over 100 years, reaching distances that would have been unimaginable to Marconi. That raises some interesting questions about the stars that these signals have already reached. What kind of stars are they? Do they host exoplanets? And if so, are any potentially Earth-like planets in the habitable zone exist? How many of these exoplanets might be able to see us as well? Carl Sagan's famous line from 1990 speech about the pale blue dot image, "Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark," is an understatement. We might consider our Milky Way with its estimated 100 to 400 billion stars a significant fixture in the cosmos, but there are some 100 billion galaxies just like it in the observable universe. It is an unimaginable reality to consider when we're thinking about the possibility of making contact with any intelligence that might be out there. The Milky Way stretches between 100 and 180,000 light years across, depending on where you measure, which means a signal broadcast from one side of the galaxy would take about 100,000 years or more to reach the other side. Now consider that our species started broadcasting radio signals into space only about a century ago. That's represented by a small blue bubble measuring 200 light years in diameter surrounding the position of the Earth. For any alien civilization to have heard from us, they must be within the bubble. The Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence Institute, known as SETI, is constantly listening with our most capable radio telescopes, and they're broadcasting messages from us as well. The 500-meter aperture spherical telescope, located in Guizhou, China, is now the world's largest radio receiver and will be one of the most powerful instruments to search for the potential intelligent life beyond the Earth. But given the sheer size of the galaxy, SETI will likely have to listen and transmit for tens of thousands of years, at least to have a chance of making a contact with another intelligent species, and even that might not be long enough. Perhaps in the meantime, we should think about Carl Sagan's next line in his pale blue dot speech. "In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves."
We're all hoping that there's some intelligent aliens trying to talk to us, sending us signals, but just because we want it to be true doesn't mean every radio signal from space that we can't immediately understand must be some intelligent alien giving us recipes or something. So it requires sort of sensibility when you analyze these signals.
Thanks for watching.